I would say that I have an apology for not uploading, but actually I don't. Hello and welcome to my personal torment. Yeah, so I've been gone quite a long time playing some of the usual and some more recent endeavors. But however, that's not the main focus of the video. Today, the main focus of the video is, well, if you didn't read the title, it's on PRECODE VS 2 versus RECODE. Because what? Why not? I don't know how to end this segment. Alright, let's get something straight. Vapor is not the worst killer in the game, but he is not the best one, that's for sure. For somebody with 1,000 hours, and Vapor being one of my diamonds in the game, particularly, you would think I'd be really good at him.
Yes!
Sadly, however, that is just not the case due to his 3 abilities. Vapor has 3 abilities, those being Demonic Shift, Scorching Grasp, and of course Spider Skulls. I'll be going in depth with each of them and their evolution to their RECODE versions, starting off with Scorching Grip. Scorching Grip is an ability where Vapor will charge up with a little charge meter and do the indication with his hand getting all fiery and stuff, because he's a fire guy. And he'll lunge forward, and if he hits you with it, he'll hit you with a flame effect. The way to get rid of it is to slide. Not many people know that, because not many people are very smart.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
The next move we'll get into is Demonic Shift, where Vapor will have a little circle on the bottom, or on the floor, more or less, where he can teleport, indicated by if it's green. If you click, he'll teleport, because that's the whole purpose of the move. It doesn't do anything else from that. I don't know what to explain it. Lastly, for his current moveset is the Spider Skulls, which spawns a little AI guy, which will hunt down a survivor, and if the survivor gets caught by it, they will go on top of their head, doing massive damage until it dies. It essentially is one of Vapor's most helpful moves, aside from the fact that the AI can be stupid and dumb. But that's not really necessarily the main critique of it. Another thing is that they don't really find survivors. They more like follow you until there is a near survivor, and then they'll go for them. So I guess that's cool. That's pretty much it for PRECODE Vapor. Time to move on to RECODE Vapor. I know this is double trouble footage. Shut up! PRECODE Vapor works pretty much the same as pre-work Vapor, simply being with 2 ability changes, those being with his grasp and the removal of his Spider Skulls move to a passive. Scorching Grip still works pretty much the same, charges up with a little meter, but however, this time if it lands on a survivor, Vapor will actually grab them and burn them literally to death until they get out of it with a little mini game that they have to do, where they have to press the A and D key on the keyboard to get out of his grasp. How original. The last remaining ability is the Ring of Fire. Wait, pause the gameplay. Keller, what the hell are you doing here?
Farpy, why am I not editing, man? Come on!
Jeez, Keller, I didn't really think that you'd really want to edit this video.
Well, I did!
Jeez, well, sorry, man.
Sassy baka chingus! You chingus!
We'll return after these messages.
Originally, Rosemary was supposed to be in this part, but since Stricken isn't in pre-recode anymore. I thought I'd just do him real fast since he only has recode information as of the moment. Yeah, you could say I could have glossed over his old moveset, but even then, in recode he pretty much has the exact same moveset, just with a singular new move and a few tweaks to one of his base moves. With that being said, I think we'll talk about his first move, being the custard. Stricken has the ability to place down a custard or eat it straight up, just to get in his whole infection meter, which allows him to go into his Tinky Tank form, which we'll get into in a little bit. Stricken's other move in his base form is basically a sound wave that he screams out, and if he hits you, he gets a speed boost while filling up his infection meter, if I recall. Also while doing the classic 8 pose from Slendy Tubbies, or just classic Tinky Winky pose, if you want to go there. Now we get into his tank form. His first move in his tank form is a leap, which fucking leaps. What else would you think it would do? However, when he lands on the ground, he does send a shockwave that can hurt you for a lot sometimes. The way to avoid this is simply by jumping, just like another character we were talking about in just a teensy bit. Stricken's tank form's last move is Boulder Toss, which he throws a boulder. It's pretty self-explanatory. However, it's pretty hard to hit, so have fun with it.
A one-hand dribble this kid, 12 to a left.
Pre-recode Rosemary has two main abilities, those being Demonic Essence and Demonic Shriek, which first off we'll talk about Demonic Shriek. Demonic Shriek is an ability where Rosemary will scream at the top of her fucking lungs and hurt you for 5 damage while making your screen blurry. We'll also get letting her regain a little bit of her stamina, which she only has 30 of. And her second ability being Demonic Essence, which she'll puke out some kind of dust particles and shit. And if a survivor is inside of the cloud, they will lose a shit ton of stamina, letting her fucking murder you pretty much easily. Which realistically means that you probably shouldn't be anywhere near her. Or don't, if you're a fucking idiot or something. Lastly, I'll be talking about her passive, echolocation, which just by a player moving around on the map, she will have you highlighted, letting her easily find you. That is pretty much it for pre-recode Rosemary. Now we'll move on to recode Rosemary. Woo! Okay, so Recode Rosemary has a few different tweaks to her usual moveset, those mainly being with Essence and the demonic shrieking thing. However, she did get a new ability, which we'll get into later. But first, I think we'll talk about the Essence. The Essence basically turns into a whole entire like trap, kind of similar to someone like John does to the Footprint from Forsaken, or Nauticus from current day Torches 2, where Rosemary simply uses her essence on the ground, and if a survivor goes into it, they will take crazy tick damage. And I think she gets a speed boost while she's in it too, so I guess that's cool. Next move is Demonic Shriek, which got a huge change, thus taking stamina away when using it, and she cannot sprint. But however, when the survivor is near the radius of the Demonic Shriek, they will slowly get pushed back while taking tick damage. Personally, I don't really like it, because it's kind of weird, and I kind of need my stamina when I play as Rosemary, for how weak she is, but whatever, I digress. Last ability that we'll be checking out is the newest one, which is Out of the Body, which Rosemary will have her soul come out of her vessel, and it will have free control to fly around the map very slowly. I think it's like a teensy bit faster or slower than a survivor, so I guess it's cool. And it can go through walls, and once it like gets contact with a survivor, it will do 20 damage, and I think it highlights them, and they get a status effect, which I have no clue what the fuck the status effects do for Recode Rosemary, so I'm not gonna get too much into them. However, that has been the end of the Rosemary section of this video, so we'll move on to the next monster now. Mind you, Recode Rosemary was the only character in this entire recording that I actually lost a round with.
A one-hand dribble this kid, 12 to a left.
Now we move on to the Ao-Oni, or Blue Demon if you will. The purple guy! Nevertheless, Ao-Oni has two abilities, being Shapeshift and Oni Vision. Ooh, so scary. Oni Vision acts as a way of detection to see where people are on the map, no matter where Ao-Oni is. Also gives him a little bit of stamina back if usage. His next ability is Shapeshift, which lets him turn into any person inside of the lobby, letting him sneak up on his prey as he fucking devours you if he gets close up to you. Because he does 2 swings now. Thank you, Blade. Anyways, that was pretty much it for Precode Ao-Oni. Now we move over to Recode Ao-Oni. Teams are gonna have a lot to talk about here because not only is Oni Vision returning, but Shapeshift, however, does not. In replace for Infestation and Ground Break. It's a Ground Pound? I don't know what it is. He slams the ground or he digs into the fucking ground. It's something to do with grounds. Well, first off, let's talk about the ground thing since it's cool and it's new. Ao-Oni has the ability to either slam the ground, send a shockwave forward, and sending debris your way, and either pulling you towards him. I think that's what it does, or it just moves you away. His second thing is him digging into the ground, becoming a fucking mole, and when he pops out, he does, I think, like 20 damage. I think he's able to just sneak up on people. He just digs into the ground, man. I can't tell it more than just that. His last new move is Infestation, where he shoots out a little grasshopper, and if it hits you, you'll get the Oni debuff, which I think slows you down, and if Oni kills you in it, it becomes really cool because like you also become an Oni, so you can help out the main Oni, but like you're a smaller Oni. It's really cool, man. It's like Wadio Clock. But lastly is Oni Vision, which lets him do double damage. That's it. The fifth monster we're going to be talking about is the one, the only MX. Or the strongest character in the game. Well, one of them at least. MX has 2 main abilities, being Pow Hop and Charging Demise. Charging Demise is the first ability we're going to be talking about. Charging Demise is an ability where MX will charge forward in a single file direction. However, I remember a few updates where he was able to turn this. Not very smoothly, but he was still able to turn it. A little something about it is that its icon is mainly largely based off of Demise, which is an FNF song from the mod Mario's Madness, which MX does appear in. The last ability is Pow Hop, where MX will jump up into the sky and he'll cause a little quick time event for the survivors. And if they don't jump when it tells you to jump, you'll be stunned, and he gets a free hit off on you. That seems to be pretty much it with Precode MX. So now let's move on to Recode MX. I didn't get his intro this time. Recode MX practically stays the same except for one new ability and how he attacks differently. The new ability being Demonic Grip, or Crushing Grip. Either one is what it's called. The last neat thing is of course the way that he attacks, because originally in Precode, the way MX attacked was him stopping, which is here, but you have to hold down the attack button. And if you don't do that, MX is just going to punch the shit out of you with a nice right hook to the face. Kinda crazy that Recode MX has probably the shortest entry in this entire video, aside from probably Stricken. I don't know. Alright, for the sixth monster we're going to be talking about is the Fogborn from Beware the Fog, which is a Minecraft war mod that has 2 main abilities, those being Thunder Warp and Foggy Stare. Foggy Stare. Foggy Stare. Anyways, we'll be talking about the first ability, which will be Thunder Warp. Thunder Warp is a traversal move that lets Fogborn, well, go invisible because of the thunder. Aside from being a traversal, it lets you see all the survivors for like a split second on the map. Pressing the ability again will, well, make Fogborn come out of his thunder, which does have an end lag, so don't do it immediately. Or spam it, because then you'll fucking waste it, and you're gonna have to wait another few seconds to do it again. I did that a few times in the gameplay, but you're probably not gonna see it. Fogborn's last move is Foggy Stare, which sounds stupid, but is a really helpful ability. Fogborn will stand still and whisper. If the survivor looks at him directly in the face, he'll get angry and he'll start crawling towards you, and he's faster than you in that way. He also regains stamina if he fails and or connects it. So, use it when you don't have any stamina. Fogborn's really evil with that. And with that, I think we shall be moving on to the next section, which is Recode Fogborn, where he's all scary and fishy. Alrighty, on to Recode Fogborn. He stays primarily kind of the same. Thunder Warp, Foggy Stare, and Crawl, which is an ability now. Isn't that cool? Fogborn now does 2 hitboxes with his M1, but his main attack is what we're talking about, so we're going to talk about his abilities. Those being Foggy Stare, Thunder Warp, and Crawl. First off, we're going to be talking about Foggy Stare. Brand new Foggy Stare allows Fogborn to walk a little bit, and if somebody has their camera pulled towards him, and if they look at him, they'll get a, I think it's like a passive effect called Foggy Gaze, which they'll be stun locked for. Evil little fish. His next move is Thunder Warp, which got some pretty good changes. Not only is he able to move freely in it than just moving on the floor, he's able to fly up with it. And when he comes out of it, he'll strike lightning down. And if you're in the radius of it, you're gonna get fucking struck, dude. Oh no. Lastly is Crawl, which similar to Jeffrey Woods, which is he becomes very, very stealthy. He does more damage to you. And the red light that usually Recode killers have is completely absent from that. Which is cool, because it's all stealthy. He's able to sneak up and be able to eat your ass! He also has an Impatience passive, which is similar to the Rage mode from his his Foggy Stare from PRECODE, where he gets all angry and he gets like red lightning, and during the beginning of it, he shocks you if you're close to him, which is like evil because he's like a fish. And fish are in the water, and like a hog or something. So I'm just gonna end this segment because we're done with Fogborn anyway. Okay, so the 7th month we're gonna be talking about is the Damn Bird. The Anyways, Valem has 2 different things being, well, 2 abilities, being Trickster's Truth and Demonic Illusion. On a side note, Valem is the only character to have a ranged M1 that you have to charge up. So, I think that's pretty cool. It's a good thing that the bird has. On an unrelated note, is it pronounced Valem or Valem? Hold on, let me check.
Valem.
Well, fuck! Anyways, Valem's 2 abilities are Demonic Illusion and Trickster's Truth, which we'll first be talking about fucking Demonic Illusion, so let's get into that! Demonic Illusion is an ability where Valem will spawn a little clone, and he'll be able to fly in this sky for a few seconds. Technically, he's more like gliding above the ground, but same thing. And if a survivor goes near him, he'll drop, or the illusion, I should say, it will drop an item and it will alert him that somebody's near it. And if you just look in the general direction, you can teleport to it. And if somebody's still near it, they'll get hurt and they can't sprint for a little bit. And then Valem will scream in your face because Valem? It's Valem! Valem's second ability is Trickster's Truth, which is an ability where it will up his walk speed, but he cannot sprint. And as such, if a survivor is near him, or gets highlighted or outlined, more like it, their screen will get a bit dark and their stamina will drain like hell. So thank you, weird bird guy. That's pretty much pre-code Valem, so I think we should move on to the recode bird now, so yippee! Okay, serious talk. So Recode Valem is probably the most complicated character that PC2 has ever had, to be frank. All his moves are really weird. Those being Trickery, a Snap thing, and then Demonic Warp, I think it's called. It's basically just Demonic Illusion without the illusion. So it's really just for traversal. However, that is not going to stop me from trying to explain it the best I can. So first off, we're going to talk about Trickery, because that does pretty much the most of your shit. So Trickery can either spawn, I think, a portal. That might be just the old one. But mainly it spawns the illusions from PRECODE. And what they do is that they sit there and do what they've always done. But if a survivor gets close to them, a little thing will appear above their head that, like, they'll run and attack the survivor. And I think with the gameplay shown on screen right now, if they're near a survivor or survivors in their radius, they go and walk to them. Another thing Trickery does is it helps Valum sprint, because the little special thing about Recode Valum is that he can't sprint. He just walks. So I guess that's interesting. But with Trickery, what the illusions do, which is quite interesting, to be honest. But also, why? This version doesn't really have anything to show where survivors are, so it's kind of weird sometimes, unless like it actually does have some highlight features. I don't know. He's confusing, okay? So the Snap is just fingers, and like he'll despawn like the portals or the, again, he's like really weird. I don't like him. He's too much for like $5. To be honest, I know for a fact that he's not released, but still, I got the hang of him just a teensy bit. Lastly is the demonic fucking traversal thing. I really am getting tired of talking about this guy, because he's just so weird, and he's not fun to like talk about, man. He's just weird. It confuses me. It's all weird. I mean, it's like really cool that he's like more complicated now, but like still, my pea brain cannot comprehend for how bullshit this fucking entire like thing sounds. Like, oh, he's able to like have portals and illusions and shit. Like, dude, I cannot do this anymore, dude. I just want to move on. Next monster. Next monster. And after all that, we make it to the final and 8th monster. That being A01, or A01 if you want to be that sure. And as Valum, or Valum, whatever the fuck, I don't even care anymore, has drained the fucking life out of me, we now get to this monster, and its 3 abilities. Those being Sludge Whip, Sludge Travel, and Illusion Dance. I know. Fucking unique names, aren't we here? Anyways, I think we should start off with the most simplest of all of these fucking abilities being Sludge Travel, which literally just makes him turn into a blob of sludge and just move on the ground, I guess. And he can come out of it. And if the survivor has the Parasite debuff, he can go into his second form, being the host form, which I'll talk about in just a teensy little bit after I'm done with these abilities. Next up is Illusion Dance, which A1 will shoot out a little clone of him, I guess, and if it comes in contact with the survivor, it will give them the, what is it? The Parasite debuff, and it will blind them for like a second, which is interesting, I guess. And then there's Sludge Whip, which has the stupidest fucking hitbox. It makes me feel like a bum. You are a fucking bum! Anyways, with the main form out of the way, I think we should move on to the host form, which has only 2 abilities, if I recall, aside from Sludge Travel carrying over just so you can take the survivor out of you. Those being Parasite, what is it? Parasite Pace, where he like runs really fast, and another one, which I really don't know the name of. Pretty much, Parasite Pace is literally an ability that gives the AO1 host form faster movement speed, and the other one just lets him get stamina back and see where everyone is on the map by using like echolocation, I want to say. I don't know. He like puts his hand on the floor and then he like puts some sound waves out. So I want to say it's what it is. Or like a sonar or some shit, because like it's got like waves and shit. And to be truthful, that's pretty much it for PRECODE AO1, and I don't think we're going to be spending much time on Recode, because literally only the host farm is something that has stuff that is different. And also, is one of the many few of these fucking monsters that actually have icons on the wiki. Thank you, PC2 Wiki, for having absolutely nothing worth of use. And finally, we get to the Recode version of him, which you might find that hard to believe because you were like Five Nights at Freddy's.
What does that mean?
It's like a nightmare going on every night with you.
Anyways, back to the video, which literally the host form is the only thing that changes with Recode, and those are two abilities, being I think Parasite Pounce, and then like some kind of vortex sucking thing. Kirby. It's like Kirby. I don't want to read off the name because I don't have it on my script and I don't want to look it up. So I'm just going from the brain. I really don't know what it's fucking called. All I know is it has the word vortex in it. And with that, there's not really much I can talk about here, like, at all, really. It seems like it's done. We're done here. Well, now that the video's over, all I have to say is, well, thanks for watching all the way through. And if you didn't, that's not very nice of you. Like, at all, actually. Nevertheless, still, thank you for watching. And if you could, I ask if you can please like and subscribe and hit notifications if you actually enjoyed this video. And if you want me to continue making content, because I have a few ideas in my head. Like, examples could be, I could do Bite by Night content when that comes out. I could do more commentary for Pillar Chase when Recode drops. Hell, I could even talk about the Jane Doe update from Forsaken. It's not going to be a very big video, though. But it'd still be a video. And I'm sure I'd enjoy making that, and I could probably put some funny jokes in there. But, yeah, like and subscribe, please, though. It helps me out a lot. I would not be here if it wasn't for you guys with my 500 following that probably have not seen more videos than just the fucking outro concepts that weren't even made by me. I just put the sounds over them. Plus, hey, this video's been 2 weeks in the making, so I think for the quality of it, I think I deserve a like or not. No?